Hi, this is Craig from Sulcata Grove. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of a yard tour and looking at some of the mangoes that we have over here on this side of the yard. So this is a coconut cream mango. It's one of the newer varieties put out by Zills. And it always kind of has this weird kind of twisted growth habit to it. But it's a delicious mango. This is late February here in Sarasota. So we've already got fruit set on the tree. And this one set a lot this year, so I should get a pretty good harvest. This tree's been in the ground for about 5 years. So this is a Dot mango. Dot is another Zills variety. It's a very good producer and excellent flavor. Again, this one's coming out with, it's got a lot of bloom on it now. It has some, we actually got a really early bloom this year. And so this is all second bloom coming out, and you can see maybe up near the top I have a few, oh here's some over here too, a few fruit that were set from the first bloom. So this is actually going to have 2 different ages of fruit on it. This is a Harvest Moon mango, another Zills variety as well. This one is a little bit notorious for not being a really good producer, a regular producer. Didn't think I was going to get any bloom this year, but it actually looks like it's getting ready to come out with some. But these have some very large, delicious mangoes. One of the reasons we probably, again, don't hear about this one as often is it's a little bit finicky with production. But when you do get it going, I've got some bloom coming out right there. It is a fantastic mango, and they're really very large, 2-3 pound mangoes. This is the Valencia Pride mango. It's one of my favorites, and not because the fruit is that spectacular. It is a good fruit, no doubt about it. It's a delicious mango, but it's just such a vigorous tree, and it always produces a lot of fruit. It's a very good producer, very reliable, a good vigorous growing mango. It's probably, if you have a small amount of space, it's probably not the one that you want, but if you do have the space for it, it's a really, really good mango. So this is a recently planted, I think I just planted this last year, a lemon meringue mango. Its actual real name is, it's the Thai mango Pyu Kalay, or PPK it's also called, but here in Florida it's generally referred to as lemon meringue. This is one of the best tasting mangoes I've ever had. It's a smaller mango, they're not real big, but it tends to produce a lot of them. And for flavor, it's called lemon meringue, and that's exactly what it tastes like. It's an extremely delicious mango, and if I was going to recommend one mango to somebody, this would probably be it. It's just a fantastic mango. This is Doc Mai mango. It's another Thai mango that is very delicious. It's a sweet dessert mango. This is another popular one. It doesn't get to be very large. This isn't a huge tree. There's a few varieties that if you need a smaller space, this is one that you can do. Almost all mangoes, if you keep them trimmed down correctly, you can fit even some larger mangoes into a smaller space. But this is one, and again, this is one of the most popular Thai mangoes that there is, and an excellent choice for Florida. This is the Mallika mango. Mallika is very popular. Most people say it's one of the most delicious mangoes. Now in India, this mango is picked ripe green and then buried in camel dung to allow to ripen, and so they actually eat them when they're kind of old and wrinkly. I have tried, in the US we don't generally bury them in camel dung, but we do. You'll put them in a bag or a box and let them until they start to get a little bit wrinkly and ripe, and then they're supposed to have one of the most delicious flavors. Now, my Mallika has produced for me for the last 3 years, and I'm just not that blown away by the fruit. So I've tried picking it ripe green and ripening it indoors. I've let it ripen on the tree. This is this mango's last year to wow me. If the fruit's not good this year, I'm going to top work it with another variety. So you've been warned, Mallika. I know you're supposed to be good. Everybody says how good you are, but I haven't seen it. So this is the lemon zest mango. This is another of the newer Zills varieties of mangoes. It's also a very good producer, and it has a very lemony flavor to it. Some of the ones that I've had have been a little too lemony for me, but most people that try this one absolutely love it. So I got to go with the majority here, and picking off some of these old fruiting spurs that didn't fruit and they're starting to leaf out. They don't make good branches later, so it's best to take them off if you can before they start getting too leafy. But lemon meringue, again, it's an excellent one. A lot of people, it's one of their favorite of the newer varieties. And you'll see a difference though in mangoes as your tree matures. A young tree may produce fruit that really isn't up to the quality of the tree once it's full grown. So you really need to give a tree a couple rounds of fruiting before you really make a decision on it. So, but so far this one's been pretty good. It's just, to me, it's a little too lemony. I like a sweet mango. This is a Pickering mango, and this is one of the ones that are generally referred to as condo mangoes. I've seen Pickering mangoes that were 15 years old, not any taller than 6 feet high. They're going to come up, they're going to get branchy and bushy. It's an excellent mango. It's actually, for a smaller tree, it's a pretty good sized mango. It's got a nice coconutty flavor to it. If you can actually grow this thing its entire life in a large pot, so if you live in an area that's not frost free, you can get yourself a nice 50-gallon pot and put it on wheels and wheel this thing into the garage when it gets too cold. You can trim it down to fit whatever space you need. So this is a mango that pretty much anybody can grow. Even probably if you didn't even live in Florida, you lived up in Georgia or North Carolina, and you're willing to go through the trouble of bringing it in and outside when it gets cold, you can have your own fresh mangoes. This is another of the what are considered condo mangoes. This is a Cogshall. It's not quite as dwarf as the Pickering, but it's another one that does stay very small and compact, and of course you can trim it to keep it more so. Very delicious mango, excellent producer. This one's only been in the ground about 3 years, and you can see it's absolutely covered with fruit. And again, this is only late February, so these are going to be ready pretty early. But this is an excellent producer and another one of the dwarf mangoes.